Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And we are back. We are pretty much done. There is one more game left in the Champions League, and that is the final. We know our finalists, and oh my gosh, we couldn't have asked for better semifinals, apart from if Real Madrid was here and we would have hit PSG and everything. But apart from that, incredible games that were given to us, not only last week, but this week were even better than last week. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start with the Arsenal versus PSG game. Now, out of the two, it was the least lackluster, and I mean, PSG were already coming in this game with a 1-0 lead after beating Arsenal in the Emirates quite convincingly too. So Arsenal was coming into the Stade de France with hunger. They needed to get a goal. They needed to do something, and they went out to get that. Those first 15 minutes about, where Declan Rice had a really close header. Odegaard had an incredible shot that Donnarumma just saves out of nowhere. I mean, the reflexes that Donnarumma were absolutely insane that game, and that was only the start of it. But that was only about the first 20 minutes. After that, PSG completely took over for Arsenal. I mean, they were having the more dangerous ones, including Barcola missing a one-on-one. And in about the 26th, 27th minute, Fabian does an incredible goal. I mean, beautiful goal. He stops it with the chest and rifles it into the back of the net. Beautiful goal from Fabian, his first goal ever in the Champions League, in fact. And Arsenal, as I said, they had lost ground. They had lost the midfield battle in those second 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the first half. And now they were down 2-0 in Paris. And the second half, they needed to do crazy comeback, which is not what Arsenal is usually known for. But similar to the first half, Arsenal in the first half came out with a lot of intensity. We really wanted to get a goal or something. But once again, it faded out within 15 minutes, and PSG once again got control of the game, was ready to start attacking. At this point, they were like trading punches, right? It's not like PSG was hanging back trying to contain Arsenal. Arsenal weren't doing much apart from just long balls, crosses, corners, long throws. You know, the Arsenal we've seen this season. And I mean, at one point, even PSG got a penalty after a shot that goes from Hakimi that Lewis Skelly, the 18-year-old, touches with the hand. Unfortunate penalty, but calls it, and Vitinha gets a horrendous. He just walks towards the ball pretty much.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
No power. Easy for David Raya to save. Great save, but nonetheless. And Arsenal are still in the game. They just need about 2 goals to tie this game. And a 2-goal lead is a very dangerous lead. However, soon PSG come into a counterattack with Kvaratskhelia, cuts inside, falls to Dembele. Dembele lays it out for Hakimi to finish it into the bottom corner. Nothing to do with David Raya. And at this point, it's 3-0. Arsenal had it if they had it difficult before, now they have it pretty much impossible. But only 4 minutes later, I mean, Saka comes in and jammy goal, but they get the first goal. The first goal, they picked it up, and then soon after, Saka has an open goal. Calafiori puts an incredible cross in, and Saka completely skies it. I mean, and it's a shame because Saka was being the best player for Arsenal with Declan Rice, and I mean, he was pretty much the only one generating anything. Odegaard was a ghost apart from that first shot he had in the first couple minutes. Same with Martinelli, and they don't have a striker. You can't really put much on Merino there. So Saka ends up missing a chance that could have put them a bit closer to that PSG, but ultimately PSG suppresses any other attacks and finishes 3-1 on aggregate favor to PSG. PSG are going on to the Champions League final. Now, let's be honest, incredible game by PSG, man. I mean, the ability for that midfield with a 19-year-old Joel Neves, he is an absolute gem that they have. He is incredible, and pairing him alongside Vitinho and Fabian is actually it looks like an incredibly strong midfield, very balanced, and even I would dare call it a more defensive midfield than attacking. And Donnarumma just had an incredible game, solid from Nuno Mendes, and solid from Hakimi. He gets his goal, solid from the center backs. And of course, the attack, once again, Kvaratskhelia cooked a bunch of people. Desiree Doué came in. Barcola was the only one out of the three who actually missed the sitter and wasn't playing as well. And Dembele was actually injured, came and did the assist. So he is not playing bad either. I mean, if you don't put Barcola in, Desiree Doué, I think he has to start. Has played incredible these Champions League groups. I mean, knockout stages. I think he has to start the final. And Barcola just proved it with this game that he's not up for the task. So overall, this PSG is coming out really strong for that Champions League final. But let's go ahead and take a look at whoever won the Inter versus Barcelona game. This game is 100% going to go into the age books. Incredible scenes from the entire match. I mean, let's go ahead and start with Lautaro's goal. Once again, the Barca midfield can't handle the pressure, loses the ball. It lands on Dumfries, and Dumfries has a 2v1. Lautaro and him versus Szczesny. Lays it out to Lautaro, little tapping, Inter are in front. About in the 45th minute, Barcelona concedes a pen. Cubarsí gets late to a tackle. Great experience from Lautaro. He puts his foot in front of the ball, protecting it, causing Cubarsí to hit his leg, causing a penalty. Penalty for Inter Milan. Çalhanoğlu goes at the spot, and instead of doing the little bullshit that Vitinho was doing last game, he rocks up, blasts it. Nothing to do for Szczesny. 2-0 going to halftime, and I was very excited as an anti-Barcelonista. I was extremely excited, but I got flashbacks from last game, and sure enough, the second half comes. Barcelona start off at 100%. They didn't come out sleeping, but Inter clearly did. They just started bombarding them, and eventually one of the kids from Barcelona, Gerard Martin, I believe, puts an cross in, and out of nowhere, absolutely nowhere, I believe Eddie Garcia comes in and clatters it into the back of the net. Volley, great goal. And soon after that, they kept calling. There was a 3-on-1. It was Marc Garcia, Pedri, and Eddie Garcia. And Sommer just pulls out an insane save out of the box. Honestly, pretty much out of the goalie. Clear goal for Eddie Garcia to score and make it 2 for him. Misses it. Or will I say, John Summers saves it. Incredible reflexes by John Sommer, honestly. But unfortunately, that happiness would have been short-lived because once again, Gerard Martin puts an incredible cross for Dani Olmo to meet it in the second post and puts it away. And at this point, we're 2-2, 60th minute, 30 minutes to play. And from then on, it is pure Lamine Yamal. From then on, it is not Pedri, Rafinha, Garcia. Yes, they played their part, but Lamine Yamal was just demanding the ball for every single time. And Lamine Yamal continued shooting, did an incredible finesse shot. But John Sommer, oh my gosh, the fingertip saves that he did were absolutely incredible against Lamine Yamal. And just shows what kind of goalkeeper you need to stop this kid. And I just knew that in the 2-2, Lamine Yamal was going to score. I just knew. I mean, he was getting too many chances. He was doing too much. And eventually in the 87th minute, so close to going to extra time, Rafinha gets his goal, makes it 3-2, and Barcelona are seeing themselves in the Champions League final. But in a counterattack where Barcelona, all they needed to do is hold the ball, Lamine Yamal, the 17-year-old who wants his goal, and I believe wanted his goal and should have gotten his goal if football was fair, because he played absolutely incredible, goes ahead, dying minutes, shoots, hit the post, and from then on, a minute later, you see a long ball from John Summers. Ends up in Thuram's feet, gives it to Dumfries. Dumfries puts the cross in, and Acerbi hits it top bins. Nothing to do for Chesney. In the 90 plus 3, Inter ties it up 3-3. And oh my, and I was absolutely ecstatic by saying that. But soon after, about the 90 plus 5, 90 plus 6, Lamine Yamal's on a breakaway. Pretty much on a one-on-one. Bastoni does as much as he can to destabilize him from actually shooting well. Lamine Yamal ends up toe poking it and scuffs his shots. And Dion Sommer catches it. And we're going to extra time. My gosh, if Lamine Yamal would have scored that goal, oof, my gosh. And as I said, he deserved his goal. And I don't know how he didn't get it. Anyways, extra time begins. Lamine Yamal continues cooking Inter Milan. I mean, the game Lamine Yamal played was incredible. And I credit a lot Inter. Inter are clearly one of the best defensive teams. And yes, Lamine Yamal didn't score, but he caused a lot of chaos over in that back line, including Bastoni. And even though it seemed like Barca was closer, slightly closer than Inter for the second goal, once again, a long ball for John Sommer, and a whole weird thing happens. Once again, the ball in Thuram's feet. However, this time he controls it, and he bodies 24, 25. I don't know how old that Araujo is. He bodies him out the ball, who had just come in like in the 60th minute. He bodies him and puts a cross in for Taremi, who lays it off for Fratesi and scores in the 99th minute. My goodness, this team scores the winning goal. Fratesi scores the winning goal in the 99th minute. And oh my gosh, the scenes, oh my gosh. From then on, it was pure Barcelona. Barcelona just kept searching for that goal. They were grasping at anything. Lamine Yamal looking for anything. I just felt like Lamine Yamal was just going to score. I mean, the opportunities this guy was generating. He put a great cross onto Lewandowski. Lewandowski misses the sitter, basically put on by Lamine Yamal. But then Lamine Yamal cuts inside, finesses again. I thought that was going in. The fingertips of John Sommer saves them. 113th minute. Saves them. And Inter win the semifinal. What a game. That game is a movie. And oh my gosh, the scenes after that. Inzaghi, incredible manager. To put away a team who I believe is the best team in the world, or was the best team in the world, who play like this, and to shut Lamine Yamal down using your keeper is absolutely insane. If it wasn't for Summer, Inter would have probably lost. Let's be completely honest. And Lamine Yamal, although he lost, although I hate Barcelona, cemented himself as, for me, the best player in the world and the Ballon d'Or winner that I think should win it. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll go ahead and do my prediction video sometime later on the Champions League final, which will be happening May 31st. So don't miss it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.